This is tutorial 6-1 in GIS Workbook 1. In this tutorial, we're going to work on digitizing polygon features. We're going to start off by working in Art Catalog. You're going to want to, in the tree here, you're going to want to go to the My Exercises folder, Chapter 6, and there should be a Mid-Hill geodatabase already in there. You're going to want to right-click on that, go up to New, and add a feature class. It's going to be called Commercial Zone, and there shouldn't be any spaces. Alias, if you want to give it a nickname. Make sure Polygon Features is selected. In the next table, we're going to add a projection. So you want to go to Projected Coordinate System, State Planes, NAD 83 US feet, and you want to go down to Pennsylvania. And we're going to want to choose the south, and then click Next. We're not going to be worrying about this one right here or this one. But this is the attribute table that will be associated with your new shape feature. And what we're going to add is a field called zone number. And we're going to make it a short integer. And then we're just going to click Finish. And it should appear right here. If you go to Preview, there's nothing to show because we haven't created it yet. But if we go to the table, we can see there's nothing, no data, but we do have the fields. So with that done, what we're going to do is we're just going to minimize this, and we're going to be working in ArcMap now. We're going to want to go to the Browse button, and we're going to want to choose Tutorial 6-1. And we're going to add the shapefile that we just created. So it will be in My Exercises, Chapter 6, in the Mid-Hill geodatabase. As you can see, nothing appeared. So we're going to create that shape feature. So we're going to go up to Customize, Toolbars, and go to Editor. This little toolbar should appear. I'm just going to put it up here so it stays in one spot. And here we're going to click on Editor and start editing. We're going to want to choose Commercial Zone, then just click OK. And this box over here should appear. If we click this, it'll go away once we're not using it. So what we're going to want to do is click on Commercial Zone, and if you notice down here, Construction Tools is different ways of creating the shape. We're going to be using just a polygon. Later on you can practice using the other shapes. And what they want us to do is go up to this feature right here, and they want us to make it where Commercial Zone is the only selectable feature. So we're just going to click all the other ones off. We're going to make sure that this tool right here, the straight segment, is the only one selected. And we're just going to create a quick shape feature just to get used to using it. And you just click once, and once you get to the end, you just double click and it finishes. Now if we come up and we click on this little black arrow here, if we click on it and hold, we can move the shapefile. Okay. And say we don't want it anymore, we just click on it once, and you can either right click and delete it, or click on it and just hit the delete button on your computer. Now we're going to go to the zoomed in area. Just go to your bookmarks and Aaron Street. And now we're going to be creating another polygon. So we're going to want to go over here, click on Polygon and Construction Tools. And there's a neat trick here. As you can see, this little box comes up. What that means is it's going to snap to that street. And if I bring it over here to the intersection, it will snap to that intersection. So we're just going to click on that. And whenever you get to an intersection, just click on it. And once you're done, you just double click. And now we have it there. Now we're going to come up to the black element again and just click on it. And we're going to learn that we can actually double click on it. And these, they're called vectors come up. Or vertex, I'm sorry. Come up, and we can move these. And right there. As you can see, the highlighted line has stayed right here, and there's just a regular one. That's just to show where you started from and where you moved it. If I double click outside the map, or outside the polygon, it will just change. What we're going to be doing next is this little toolbox came up here. We can add more vertex. So we're just going to click on the arrow with the plus sign, and we're going to click somewhere on the line, right about here. And as you can see, it added a new one. And I can just click that, and I can drag it. Okay. Now, if we want to get rid of one, if you want to make that last, you just got to double click out the outside the map. Double click inside again. Go to the delete one, which is the arrow with the minus sign, and just click on the one that you want to get rid of. Double click, and it gets rid of it and reshapes it. Now, sometimes you're going to want to make a feature with a certain length, and I'm going to show you how to do that now. We're going to go over to the create feature, make sure we're working with our commercial zone, make sure polygon selected. Anywhere on the map, just click, drag it out a little bit, then right click. Go down to length and type in 250, then enter. And as you can see, it created a line that won't extend any farther than 250 feet. Now if I right click and go to direction, I'm going to put 0. Now what this is the angle that the line will appear at. 0 will be having it pointing to the right, or it's the east on the map. If I were to put 180, it'd be over here. So feel free to mess around with the direction just to see where things go. Once you're done with that, just press enter, and now it made that line completely straight, going 250 feet east. We can delete that now. Just click anywhere and then just delete it. Now what we're going to do is, before we get to the next part, we're just going to click on this and delete it. We're going to go to full extent, and they want us to zoom into this area right here in the map. And they want us to make a polygon around these commercial points right here. So what we're going to do again is we're going to go over to create feature, choose polygon, make sure a straight line segment is chosen, and then we just create a polygon. As you can see, this little tool popped up. It can kind of get in the way If it gets in your way, you can click on it and move it. See, you just click on it and move it. And I'm now done. I'm going to double click, and now I have a polygon. There's a U-turn where they want you to zoom out and then zoom back into all the other clusters and make polygons. You should go ahead and do that. I'm not going to be doing that just to save time. Once you're done with that though, you just right click on commercial zones and open up the attribute table. Now in here you can see that our zone number is still null, so we're going to change that. With the editor still on, you just click in here and enter 1, then press enter. With that done, we can close our attribute table, and we're going to go up to where it says editor and stop editing. And yes. Now we're going to go into the properties table for our new shape feature. We're going to go to the labels tab. We're going to select labels. Make sure zone number is selected. For the attribute table, you should have numbered each zone that you created. Just start with 1 and go through until you have them all numbered. Then click bold. You should change the font to 12, then just click OK. We're going to go to full extent. And basically you should have this area a polygon, this area, this area, this one, this one, this one, and up here. Doesn't have to be exact, but doing it would be very helpful to do, because this is you're going to be doing a lot of this, so it's good to get the practice in. There's a U-turn at the end of this chapter that you have to do because you're going to need it in the next chapters or the next tutorial. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and do it now. We're going to go back into our catalog. We're going to right click on Midhill, and we're going to add a new feature class. And this one is going to be, it's going to be a polygon as well, and it's going to be called practice. And we're going to give it the same coordinate system we did with the other one. And they don't tell us to add anything in the attribute table, so we're just going to click finish. And it should pop up down here. And with that done, you can move on to tutorial 6-2.